Big salute, big salute, big salute, big salute to all my loved ones. Support goons, support squad. Man, you already know. I love you long time. Aye. For all them haters, no, it's not a golf club. I'm gonna let you go and research what this is. This just one for warriors. I'm gonna get one made for a king here in a minute. Yeah, working hard with the big stick while talking gently. But let's get into it. Y'all already know reading time. Reading time with your boy. Get our bookworm on. So yeah, we in chapter 18, y'all. Slavery in Alabama and Mississippi. I don't know why just them two. It was slavery going on all over the country. Well, let's read it and find out. The white man's technology is always being trumpeted to the world that they are peace lovers, as though they want all the people, as they falsely claim, to be free and live in peace, while they are sitting on and crushing between 20 and 30 million black people in America, who were their servitude slaves 100 years ago. Now, for 100 years, the slave master's children falsely claim that we are free and that they are trying to treat us as free people. It has come to me that in the state of Alabama, in Greene County, Alabama, there are big plantations owned by white people, and their stately white houses sit up on hills, and the slaves live in a surrounding of shacks. Yeah, big facts. These black people work hard for very small pay. It is said by some that the salaries range from 25 cents a day to $2.50 a week. Rough clothes to work in are furnished to them. Oh man. This kind of slave labor goes on through the generations, one generation after another is subjected to this slave way of life in what is called a free world. In order to keep these black people in this type of slavery, the owner has a mounted guard patrolling the plantation with a gun, lying across his lap in the saddle on his horse, to see that there is no black interference from the outside to entice the enslaved blacks on the inside of his plantation to come in a better area for better wages. These people grow up there and they die there on the plantation. Some of them never know civilization. They are satisfied because they know no other life but the slave life that their fathers and grandfathers have been living under. We hear this kind of slavery goes on not only in Greene County, Alabama, but in other states such as Mississippi and Georgia. Years ago, when I was a young man in Georgia, I heard that such slavery on large plantations was going on in certain areas in Georgia, or people will go to farm there, and the poor man probably owes another white farmer, and this white farmer pays the debt that he owes the other white farmer, and then the black man becomes the slave, the balance of his and his family's life. Become the slave and balance of his and his family's life on the plantation of this white man who paid the debt to a previous white plantation owner. As long as he lives, he never pays that debt. This is the worst injustice and the most cruel slavery of all. Yeah, they used to swap us out. They did used to swap us out. They are shot and killed or beaten to death if they are found trying to leave the plantation. The white owners make other blacks of the same plantation under fear be their informers of what is said and planned by other blacks, the house niggas. It has been told to me in my younger life that certain rivers, lakes, and wooded wilderness like places carry the bones and skulls of many black slaves from the plantations in so called freedom times and in the age of abolished slavery by the law of this government and the world. But in these southern states where Mr. George Wallace was running for president, he could make every black man and woman in the South vote for him under fear. These black people are afraid to disobey white people in high offices, or even an old white farmer who was hardly able to buy himself a new overall suit. The black people in the South have been brought up for many years and for centuries to fear white people. Where there is no freedom or chance to get out among free people, these black people become the most ignorant and the most terrified people of whites that there are in the country of America. And the white man knows this. He gets rich. He builds himself a fine, luxurious home on the plantation, and as far as he can see, he claims that the land is his, and the poor slaves are living in the worst of shacks. When the rains come, some of them have to go to the walls of their houses with pails to catch the rain coming through their almost open roofs. When winter comes, they are sitting up in their fireplaces trying to keep warm. These are the worst living conditions of human beings that could ever be in the jungles of Africa where they do not have sawmills or brick kilns to saw timber into lumber and to mold bricks. America has everything necessary to make her slaves good warm homes, cool homes, and to give her slaves a good living wage, because our fathers for 400 years have already supplied the wealth for us today to be given good substantial wages for our necessities of life. It is pitiful to go in these southern areas out in the rural districts and see how after 400 years the wicked sun burned king nose, tobacco juice mouth. Hold on, because he talking shit. Hold on. It is pitiful to go in these southern areas out in the rural districts and see how after 400 years these wicked sunburned king nose, tobacco juice mouth, and blue-eyed devils are, are buckling our poor people down to such slavery conditions, crushing them to death and diseasing them. Their children are coming up suffering from malnutrition, fever, and other diseases. Capture them and take them to their cruel pine box graves or to a hole in the ground. Yeah, they used to torture you. You run away and get caught. Or a hole in the ground in the South. Yeah, boy, cause I done heard stories. I done had some before my mother's aunts and them died because they were the direct kids of slavery. Cause my great grandma, she was a slave. My great granddaddy was a slave. So everybody above my grandma, they were slaves and indentured servants. And everybody above my great great grandma, they were showing up slaves, just getting whipped and all. Without anything like honor of their death, they are buried in rough pine wooden boxes. The black man of America is so mistreated by his 400-year-old slave master and his slave master's children that you just cannot describe any other mistreatment of human beings to equal the evil and ill treatment that the black man has and still suffers in America. In many towns and cities of the southern states, even in their capitals, you will find the black man living in a very bad condition. His toilet is sometimes an open, boarded up place, stinking right there in the city and diseasing the citizens because of that evil demon, the white man, who wants to give all the ill he can to a people who have served him as slaves for 400 years. This is going on in the South. Go see it for yourself. The U.S. mail comes into these towns and cities, and in some places, the black people are forced to walk to a drugstore and ask a white drugstore owner for their mail. Then they are treated like dogs, and as though the white devils are giving him something free, while the sinners of the mail have paid tax for postal carriers to bring it to their doors. Little black children are walking around with sores, pus running out of them for the lack of medical attention. Little black children are dying of disease right in the false freedom of the USA. The black people are cowered down by this vicious enemy who keeps his gun loaded to blow them down. And every happy one-sided, grinning mouthed policeman or sheriff is seeking us the slightest chance to kill a Negro. Yeah, police jail. He only has to say to his brother, devil judge, that he had to kill a Negro. The judge looks at him and gives him a big smile and a hand claps as though he did not kill enough. You ought to kill all of them. Ooh, yeah. I have heard from their mouths when I lived in the South that there were too many Negroes in the South and the white people should kill off some of them. There are more Negroes than whites, and the white man should kill off some of these Negroes. What chance does the black man have under the shadow of the American government for freedom, justice, and equality? I thank Allah in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, to whom all praises are due forever, who has come to deliver the black man in America and to kill our oppressors. This is very good, and we should be shouting day and night that a deliverer has come. The revelation of the Bible has given this people the right name, a beast, and a most vicious description does the revelation give. In Daniel of the Bible, this people is described as a beast rising up out of the sea with 3 ribs of a man in its mouth. And this is the description of America with the black slaves swallowed for 3 centuries in the power of our enemies, the devils. The black man of the South would be a fool to vote for any white man of the South to rule him. He should stay away from the polls because the white man for whom he votes is an enemy of his and is bound to tighten the shackles tighter than ever. They preach of enforcing the law, and that law is an unjust law directed against the black man. Vote for Allah and for his servant, Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And by the power of our Allah God, who has come in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, to whom all praises are due forever, all the prophecies of the Bible of what he will do in freeing the black man of America will be fulfilled. Let us submit to him and live in peace with money, in good homes, and with the friendship of God and the righteous. There is nothing that you have to fear today but God himself. It is useless for us to fear our enemy after the coming and presence of our God, who has power over the very atoms of life. For it is fear of the white man that will cause our people to eat the fire of hell with the white man if they do not recognize the fact that it is God whom they should fear and not the devil. The world of the white man is now crumbling and coming to naught. The safety of the black man is in his God, and the Holy Quran teaches us in this day and time, seek refuge in Allah, the God of the black man. He is the only place of refuge. We have made America one of the richest and strongest people on earth. Her mighty navy is commanding the high seas with undersea craft crawling on the bottom of the ocean, carrying deadly weapons to surface and pour out on towns and cities of other than America, and with listening devices set up throughout the earth, on land, sea, and in the air, to listen to see what people are saying about her and planning against her, knowing she is guilty and deserving of death, and that she should be taken and destroyed. She has prepared to put up a mighty battle, but Allah too has prepared, and he is the best preparer. Yes, he is. Knowing their thoughts before they were ever made. They have not the slightest chance today against the power of Allah that is working against them, even through the forces of nature. The white race has been disgracing the entire black nation of the earth. Africa is suffering under the same wicked power of the white race and having an awful time trying to rid herself on such a demon, she will do so, and soon. No more. Hashtag no more. Hashtag oneafrica. Here in America, Almighty Allah God wants to make himself known with both the punishment and the destruction of this mighty, powerful, and rich people. Fear not, my dear black people, for we have Allah with us, and he is a mighty, a strong, and the most powerful one to be feared. Come follow me, and I will lead you to your salvation. We're going to stop right there. Juicy. And see, we'll be right back with Alabama. Yeah, we'll be right back with Alabama. Yeah, right back with Alabama. Bacow. Working hard with my big stick while speaking gently. Love y'all.